Hi, Chris McClune here with Fire Apparatus and Emergency Equipment. Welcome to this episode of our podcast. Today, my guest is Sarah Guertin. She is the Director of Marketing for Whelen. And we're going to be talking today about a program that's going to be, it's taking place outside of FDIC right now, but it's also going to have a big component at the show this year. So we're going to talk about a couple things there. It's kind of connected to something you may have noticed over the past few years. There's been a race car at Whelen's booth if you've been to FDIC in the past few years, and this is kind of two programs coming together, and we'll be talking about that and getting some more details on that. So Sarah, thank you for sitting down with me to talk about this. This program is with the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation. And so for listeners who may not be familiar with the foundation, talk a little bit about why its mission is so important to the fire service.
Sure, absolutely. Thanks for having me here today. Happy to talk about NFFF and the work that we're doing with them. But as I think most people are familiar with them, NFFF does honor America's fallen firefighters. They work to help keep firefighters safe, improve safety on the scenes, and then they support the families of firefighters who have passed. So it's a really important mission, and it's one that aligns very closely with Whelen, because our mission, one of them, is to protect those who protect others. So it's been a natural just sort of relationship that formed and has been growing over the years.
You mentioned that this has been going on for a few years, going back to when Whelen originally started working with the NFFF. What was the motivation there to partner with them and to support their work?
Sure. Well, thank you for asking that question. We've always been passionate about protecting those who protect others, first responders, firefighters in particular. We have a lot of first responders on staff here at Whelen. We have a lot of firefighters who work in the company who help contribute their thoughts to our new products and help build our products. And so we really have a close relationship, we feel, with first responders, not only from working here, but also being on campus here at Whelen. We're in Chester, Connecticut, our headquarters, and we have the Chester Hose Company has a truck here. So we've always been passionate about protecting those who protect others and making the scenes safer for first responders, for firefighters. So in learning about the work that NFFF does, it was just a natural connection for us to kind of come together, synergize, and maximize our efforts.
So there's two programs with the NFFF that we wanted to talk about today. One has been going on for about 6 months now. And then the other one is what we're going to talk about that's happening at FDIC International in April. So first, you recently launched a giving initiative where the first $1 of every product purchase goes to the NFFF.
Yes.
During FDIC, you're kind of taking that several steps farther in that you're matching donations up to $50,000. So can walk us through how, I said it was two programs. If it's actually one, please correct me. But can you walk us through how the program works and why you felt it was important to structure it that way?
Sure. I mean, I guess it's the same program, but we're just, as you said, sort of ramping it up at FDIC, doing a special thing to kind of highlight it, which is the matching donation up to $50,000. So we're trying to raise $100,000 the week of FDIC for NFFF. But in the past, I think it's been about 6 months or so, we've launched this initiative to give back to not only NFFF, but also the law enforcement version of NFFF, which is NLEOMF. And so $1 from every fire sale and $1 from every law enforcement sale is going to those organizations, directly to them. So nobody needs to do anything. We're doing it all on the back end, tracking all of the purchases and all of that, and then giving the money to those organizations. So that's been going on for about 6 months. Like I said, we just felt it was a natural connection with them and a way to formalize our giving to them, and also a way to bring some more, shine a light on it, basically, and give more exposure to NFFF because of the good work that they're doing. So that's been going on for about 6 months. And then we are reserving kind of some special times to ramp that up even more and try to raise even more money for them. So we thought FDIC would be a great time to do that, to do something special where we have a special QR code. And when you donate through that QR code or that link, we are going to match the donation. So up to $50,000. So our hope is that we will raise $100,000 for NFFF the week of FDIC.
So is that something that, do you only see that QR code at the show, or is there another way that people can participate in that matching initiative?
Sure. We are going to put that QR code everywhere. So it'll be, I'll give you a link so we can include that in the show notes so anybody can click on that link. And if they donate during that window, then it will be included in the matching donation. But in general, throughout the year, we have links on our website where you can just donate, and that would just be a regular donation to NFFF. But really, it's at the show and through any sort of social media link. So if you're not at the show and you follow us on social media, or you follow NFFF on social media, we can share the links there, and so you can participate and join us, because we would love people everywhere to help us donate. If we raised more than $100,000, that would be great.
You've touched on it a couple of times, but I was wondering if you could elaborate just a little bit more on how supporting organizations like the NFFF connect with Whelen's larger mission of protecting first responders. It's funny, any company that I talk to that is involved in the fire service always considers themselves part of not only the life-saving process, but also in the line of protecting firefighters. So how does this, for Whelen, how does this program connect to that larger mission of yours?
Well, I think it's a really easy connection. It's because it is kind of part of our DNA. It's part of what we do every day. Is our mission to make firefighting, getting to a scene, being on scene, making that safer and literally saving lives. That's what they're doing. So we're trying to save them, or do whatever we can do to make things safer. So to me, it's a natural partnership. Because we all want to protect everybody. Like I said, we have first responders here on staff. So it's not a them, it's like an us. You know what I mean? I'm not a first responder, but I know them. And, we want to, it's a very natural thing. And that's one of the things that I really, to take it personal, that's one of the things that I like about Whelen and working at Whelen, is that it's not just something we say, it's something that's kind of woven into everything that we do. And it's really rewarding to work at a place that truly believes in the mission and wants to give back. It's a need, you know what I mean? This is something we have to do. It's, we're not just, making money. We have a mission here. So it's been really great to have a clear, defined way to give back and make it known, and then spread that message and help other people. We don't want to be the only company giving back to NFFF. We would love everybody to do this same thing and raise as much money as possible. So it's really kind of using our platform to help shine a light on them.
On that note, you just mentioned how you want everybody to be contributing somehow. If there was a message that you could give to the fire service, or even your industry partners, about why supporting the NFFF matters right now, what would it be?
Gosh, there's so many things. That's really tough. It seems like, to me, it seems like a no-brainer, but the NFFF does such good work with supporting the families. They give away $500,000 in scholarships every year to students, children of fallen firefighters. So it's a real tangible way to actually make a difference in somebody's life. They have their firefighter Memorial Weekend on May 3rd, which we haven't really gotten to the car portion of it, but spoiler, there's going to be the names of fallen firefighters on this car who passed away over the past year and in years prior. And it's important to honor those people and to recognize the sacrifices that they and their families have made. So, like I said, we consider it's an honor, but it's kind of the other side of our mission. It's the whole pie. It's not just one piece of it. We're invested in the whole thing.
Talk a little bit more about the car side of it. When people visit your booth at FDIC this year, they're going to see it. What is the connection to all this? Especially, I mean, I know the names are going to be there on the car, but what beyond that? What are the other connections there?
Sure. Well, this is, I think, the third or fourth year that we've had an NFFF themed car throughout the season. And so this car that's going to be in our booth, the same paint scheme, will be at a race in September. And so that'll be actually in a NASCAR race, which is kind of cool. So again, it's another way to promote the foundation and also honor people who have given their lives, to this industry, to this service, to their mission. And so it's been really special and eye-opening, and it's really heartfelt when you come to our booth. And so this year we do a car reveal. So we unveil the cars covered for the beginning of the show. And then Thursday at noon is when we have the unveiling ceremony. And usually there's at least a few hundred people that come and watch this. We have bagpipes. There are speakers. It's, talking about NFFF and the people who are whose names are on these cars. And then the family members who are actually in the audience, in attendance at FDIC, and seeing them see the name of their loved one on a car. It's a special thing. And, we're proud to, again, shine a light on that. And so it's just another way that we can give back and continue to show our support for this organization that does so much for people who, have given everything really to their, to the job.
Now, I realize you said there'd be QR codes all over the show, but, should someone not see them for some reason, which was kind of hard to believe, where can they find Whelen at the show? Not only to go over and scan the QR code, but also at noon to be there to see the unveiling.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe see some new products. So we might have some of those too. Just a little teaser there. But we are at booth 3219. So usually pretty easy to find in the main big area there. Or you can check out the NFFF booth in the Lucas Oil Stadium, which was 8828, their booth number. They will have cards with the QR codes on there. You can scan them there, but hopefully it should be easily able to be found. If not, you can also go to our website. And then, like I said, we'll give you the link to the QR code to the donation, so you can include that in the show notes so people could click on that.
Okay. If there was, one takeaway you'd like the audience to walk away with after watching this or listening to it, what would that takeaway be?
Help us give back. Even if it's, to me, this whole podcast episode and this effort is really to raise money for NFFF. So if that's the takeaway, that's what it is. Donate. Help us donate. Join us and donate $1, $2, $5, whatever you can do. I'm sure most of us, know somebody that has passed away. And so this is a great way to be proactive and, take a step and do something to help them. And I think it's a really easy way. And in this case, your effort is doubled when you help us. So what better time to give than when you're giving twice as much?
Well, it's always important to recognize and to create awareness around these types of programs that industry wide are done. It's not always the same the same organizations that they're calling attention to, but I mean industry wide. many of your industry partners do similar things to support not only the NFFF but other organizations as well. So thank you very much for doing that on behalf of our fallen firefighters. You mentioned a website there. I know we're gonna put the QR code in the show notes. But if people would like to find out more information on Whelen and of course about this program, what was that website?
You can just go to whelen.com or whelen.com/fire, and you can find all the information there.
Okay, perfect. Well, Sarah, thank you very much again for sitting down with me. I will see you next month at FDIC, I am sure. But again, the booth to go to for this is 3219, or you can also go to 8828 in the Lucas Oil Stadium to the NFFF booth, and they will also have the QR code there. And you can learn a bit more about what the NFFF does for the families of our fallen firefighters. So again, this has been Chris McClune together with Sarah Guertin. Have a good one, everyone, and stay safe. Thanks again, Sarah.
Thank you.